Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's Brother D back with another video. This ain't gonna be too long. Seattle Seahawks defeat Minnesota Vikings 21-7. Uh, man, Seahawks improved to 8-5 while the Minnesota Vikings fall to 6-6-1. And man, what a dominating performance by the Seattle Seahawks today. Defense basically pissed the shutout because that touchdown with a minute left, that was garbage time. But I got to put the blame on Kirk Cousins, man. Kirk Cousins, they paid him $84 million. Let me fix the light. Paid him $84 million, and he's just not living up to this contract. You come in a big game like this, and you just basically get a shutout. A meaningful game that they had to have. They got to have this game, because if you think the next 3 games gonna be tough for the Vikings, you got the Dolphins, you got the Lions, and you got the Bears. So they could be 3 losses. And the Dolphins beat the Patriots last week, even though that was a fluke play. But still, Dolphins are respectable. So I mean, I don't know. Vikings in a lot of trouble. And you gotta see, you can understand why you can understand why the Redskins didn't want to pay him that money. Because if you ever follow, I'm a Washington fan, and I'm not making this video, I'm not a hater, so don't go there. But we got to be honest, the elephant is in the room, so let's go to the zoo. Problem is that in big games, Kirk Cousins doesn't show up. I'm sorry, I got to tell it like it is, man. Big games, he's nowhere to be found. Tonight, nowhere to be found. 200 yards and a garbage time touchdown. They paid him $84 million over 3 years for this, in a meaningful game that you got to have, to get in the playoffs. You're going from, think about it, you're going from almost making the Super Bowl last year, NFC Championship game, to you might not even make the playoffs. And these big games, he don't show up. It's just a pattern I noticed, that even in Washington, I'm a Redskin fan, games we had to have, he lost. He holds on to the ball too long. It's a lot of plays where receivers was open, but he held the ball too long. He don't run for first downs. That's the difference between, quarterbacks nowadays, you have to run. And Kirk Cousins is not worth all that money. He's not worth it. I'm sorry, but I got to get it to you like I see it. He got the 2 best receivers in the league. Two of the best receivers in the league. You got to, defense ain't really played all that well this year either. But I mean, they held him to, 21 points. It's up to Kirk Cousins. Ain't no more excuses. It looks bad. It looks bad that you paid a guy $84 million to not even score a touchdown, and that touchdown didn't count. You paid this guy all this money and couldn't even get a touchdown. It's not looking good for the Vikings. It's not looking good for the Vikings. And you got to come up. You got who you got? Dolphins. You got the Dolphins, the Lions, and the Bears. And they could be all losses. So Minnesota, they need to get it together. Because they could be sitting at home. That's all I got. Y'all take it easy.